Paul Tyrer, Global Head of Channel and Alliances for Schneider Electric. Welcome to Bali for the Canalys APAC Forum, and thanks for joining us once again. It's been 10 years, my friend.
As indeed. Shanghai was the last one, right?
Very much. So thanks very much for joining us on MySecurityTV.
Absolutely pleasure. It's quite great to be here. Fantastic event, incredibly well attended, a lot of interesting discussion. And guess what? AI is one of those key topics that's top of mind at this event and every event I've been to this year.
Absolutely. Now, we've just come out of the Schneider Electric media briefing, so it's really good to get an update. And last time we did speak, data centres and power and energy and cooling systems were front of mind, even 10 years.
Yeah.
It is quite kind of incredible that we're here. One, we're still having the same conversation,
yeah.
But the advent of AI on the power and the density of data centres is really at the forefront. Maybe overview of Schneider Electric DCs and
sure.
Just your current trends that you're seeing right now. And I know that's a broad topic for you, but
sure.
Just an overview for you.
No, very happy to do so. I mean, look, data centers is a fundamental key part of the Schneider Electric business, has been for years. You know, whether that be hyperscale, co-location data centers through to enterprise and edge environments, we play right across the spectrum. But what's super interesting at the moment is the innovation of AI. It's been around a while, but it's absolutely accelerating at this moment in time. And that is a opportunity for industry, opportunity governments. It's going to impact our economy, impacts our social life and the way we act personally. But it's having a fundamental impact on the way we design and build and operate data centers today. And if I roll the clock back, you know, I was very familiar with deploying racks in data centers where 2 kilowatts a rack, 3 kilowatts a rack. More recently, we've been sort of 10, 20 kilowatts a rack. But with these GPU servers really doing this large language model and some of the inferencing, we're going 40, 50, 60 kilowatts a rack, which is absolutely intense in terms of its power requirement, obviously, but then in terms of the way we need to cool it. You can't cool in traditional ways. You need to start moving into the realm of liquid cooling. Yeah,
and some of those were 70 watt to 140 watt as well. Like, these are massively power hungry systems.
Yeah.
One thing you discussed was the grid to chip and chip to the cooler.
Yeah.
So it is a whole of system design, and then also getting that footprint as low as possible, and that 1 watt of and maybe explain it for me.
Sure. 1 watt of power in generates 1 watt of heat that needs to be rejected. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this grid to chip, chip to chiller mantra that we very much live within Schneider Electric in terms of our design and operation methodology. The grid to chip, this is actually getting the power from the grid down to the chip, so actually the compute can compute.
Yep.
Right? And then once you've got that compute going, you know, with these GPUs and CPUs, you know, the power is generating all of this heat, and that needs to be rejected. So that is the chip to chiller, so rejecting that heat from the compute.
And the other one was the environmental aspect, the sustainability that you're building. Maybe you've gone through some recent changes in that regard as well. Maybe just update us there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a changing landscape. I mean, just see the pace of new announcements of new data center builds, whether that be colo, hyperscale, even some large enterprises. So we've got a very, very strong view in terms of the additional capacity that's going to be brought on stream over the course of the next 5 years. Currently, we believe the large data centers in the world are consuming about 105 gigawatts of power. We believe by 2030 that's going to go to 255, so a very significant 150 gigawatts of new capacity that needs to be spun up, of which 60% we believe is going to be AI related, whether that be large language models or whether that be inferencing.
Do you think, sort of off cue, do you think the data center and the power challenge will hold, or sort of be an accelerator, a brake, but that's probably a better word, on AI? They're going to have to grow together, right? So the applications of AI will require the data centers to be built. So we've got a long way to go yet. Yeah,
I mean, the momentum is there. I think, you know, AI is absolutely the future. And the capacity needs to come on stream. I think the challenge for us in the IT and the data center industry is how to really bend that power increment curve and slow down the growth in terms of power hungry capacity draw. And that's by doing things more efficiently, more efficient electrical powertrains, more efficient cooling systems, more efficient compute and processors as well. So I think it's going to be a whole of industry coming together to facilitate the growth of AI, but to do it in the most sustainable way.
No doubt it will drive innovation in that, based on its demand.
Absolutely.
Last one is the pods, Schneider Electric pods, that you are responding to sort of project demands and the like. Maybe just an overview of what the pods are, and it just sounded interesting to me.
Sure thing. So we've been doing prefabricated modular data centers for a long time now, it's been part of our core data center portfolio for clients that didn't want to build their own physical data center in their building or build a dedicated data center. So we've got a variety of different pod concepts and pod modules that can be deployed. We can do it in standard ISO containers and fit those out with all the power and the cooling and the fire suppression. We also do custom containers where we can really develop a very custom prefabricated modular build on behalf of the client. What's interesting, we're starting to see demand come through driven by the compute requirements of AI to drop in specific pods where a retrofit of an existing data center isn't as feasible. We can build a pod, a prefab, complete compute environment into which to put the GPU compute. That could be put on a roof, could be put in a car park, could put it in another part of the real estate owned by the client.
Wonderful. Look, Schneider Electric, it's a massive company, and I see Schneider through my other work, particularly on the BMS side.
Yes.
But as you said, there's energy, there's the water and the cooling and those kind of things, and then Aviva, the software, brings it all together. Yeah. So it's definitely one to keep watching. You've been around for quite a while.
Indeed I have.
But Paul Tyrer, I won't even say your name, VP Global
Channels and Alliances.
Channels and Alliances. Thank you so much for joining us again on MySecurityTV, and enjoy the rest of the Catalyst APAC Forum.
Thank you, Chris, and enjoy it too.
Thanks, Paul.